Hello everyone. It's Stray Faye here with another episode of Olympia Soiree. Alright, continuing Akaza's route. Last episode was a calm episode. Except for the threat. The threat from Tsukiyomi. Or the warning, rather. He didn't say you'd do anything bad. He did give us a warning to not choose Akaza. Seems to be like the only one specifically against Akaza. So far, everyone's for Akaza. No one else has problems with him. And then we had a nice little dinner date, or more like a snack date at the cottage. Byakuya and Akaza just like shared like the food that they got. Like Byakuya got some got some passion fruit jam. And then he cooked up a bunch of other stuff too, like spoiling her with like smoked goods and made her whole cheesecake. Like, jeez, he's really trying to feed her. But yeah, the relationship seems to be going well. So let's continue this next chapter and see if we hit any snags. The sun looks fine. Yeah, it's not going off just because we had a date with Akaza. Though I can't say the same for myself. Hoping for some comfort to ease my mind, I went out onto the balcony to look for my hideout. Not that I can see it from here, there's too many hills in the way. I'm not sure how I should approach him if I get any letters to deliver today. At the very least, I know Akaza is going to have the same straight face he always does, but he did express his feelings. He does love you. You just have to say it back. Good morning. His eyebrows didn't move even slightly. Were you expecting him to just be all doe-eyed and be like, oh my love? I guess it didn't faze him at all what happened yesterday. Good morning. I came to... Young Koman. Lord Akaza, I passed the test. Who dis? Is it true, Hodaka? You are a new person completely. Well, I hope Tatsuki and Hodaka don't be in the same room together, because I'm gonna give them the same voice. Yes, look! I got a notice! It has my name on it! What's going on here? A young man with a ribbon came running inside. He looks slightly older than Akaza. It's great. Just great. I couldn't believe how bright and beautiful his smile was. His expression was overflowing with happiness, something I had never seen in him before. He's happy for someone else. He's succeeded. It's because you didn't give up. Good work. Lord Jigin in the red will be thrilled. I'm not dreaming, am I? It really shows my name, right? I can really go to school next spring? Oh, he got into university. That's right. Next spring, you'll be a proud student of Nintoku University. Lord Akaza! Well, hopefully he doesn't, sounds like he's older than Akaza. Hopefully he doesn't have any discrimination with the other students. I'm guessing all the other students are probably from the primary or secondary classes. Oh, he threw his arms around Akaza to hug him, then stepped back when he realized I was there. Oh, I'm having a bro moment here. Excuse me. I was just so happy. I didn't know you were here, Lady Olympia. Ah. Akaza looked away as though embarrassed. You got all huggy with the bro there. Meanwhile, I felt my heart radiating happiness from seeing the two of them so excited together. I didn't know you could smile like that. You're just basking in their joy. I'd like to announce it to you as well. I'll finally be a student starting next spring. Really? Congratulations! It's all because of Lord Akaza. I'm finally a student. Hodaka, let's go let Kuroba know. Kick him awake if you have to. I'll do that. Someone you know? I apologize for the sudden commotion. He still looked a bit embarrassed. I couldn't take my eyes off how cute he was. His name is Hodaka. He is the first Ko to receive approval to attend Nintoku University. Okay, that's a big step forward. But yeah, poor Hodaka is like... He's also probably going to be the brunt of a lot of discriminatory behavior from the other students, but hopefully they can set a precedent to let others of the Ko enter the same university. Huh? You may not be aware, but Nintoku University only allows enrollment of those in the primary and secondary color classes. A sudden wave of regret came over me. I should have celebrated his accomplishment had I known. Hodaka was formerly a servant at Jigen's manor, but he had an interest in studying, so I gave him some textbooks to read. He loves boats and wants to build one himself someday. He's taken a keen interest in the wreckage of the large ships we found ashore, although those of the Ko are not given knowledge on advanced engineering. That's terrible. Like, you want your societies to succeed, right? Like, you don't want the majority of your society to be uneducated. So I told them to enroll in the university. Of course, he was turned away at the door. But after 2 years of negotiations, we were given the prerequisite of 5 exams, and he was finally allowed entry based on his high marks. Wow, they really tried. They really tried anything to like get him to not enter, not let him enter. He even succumbed that hurdle. I recall the shipwreck I saw last time. He certainly deserved a round of applause. Kurobo was previously the only exception ever made. He scored the highest in intelligence tests in Yomi and received an invitation to attend. Even then, he was discriminated against rather severely at the university. Yeah, being the only one, like, would be hard. Which is why Kuroba supported Hodaka. He always assisted him in his studies when he had the time. Of course, I can see his struggles continuing once he begins there. No doubt he'll attract negative attention because of his standing. But Hodaka is well aware of that. He said he could endure it, so I believe him. Which is why I want to make his dream a reality. We have repeatedly sent petitions to repeal that law to no avail. Little baby steps here. He's been doing all these things for so long. I felt my body getting hotter by the second. Oh my. Oh my, Akaza. Breaking down social injustice here. But the place I felt it the most was in my heart. Is that part of your job at the Kotowari? You would go to all this effort for that? I would do anything to bring change to this island. A brilliant and profound strength rushed through my body. I will do anything within my means. I felt goosebumps on my skin. Oh boy. Byakuya, I'm getting a little excited here. I thought I knew him, but once again I was proven wrong. I'm gonna be like, oh, Akaza, take me now. The resolve he showed, the power he would wield to take action. In front of me was someone who would do whatever he could to pave the way through uncharted territory. Do you remember what I said back in the Bisero? That the system would need to be destroyed to be rebuilt. Of course I remember what you said back then. I simply nodded in response. If we only destroyed it, nothing would remain. We need to rebuild to create something new. The Kotowari manages the color class systems. It may not be considered wrong, but I believe our role must change for the better. Rather, I wish to bring about that change. I wanted to laugh. It was just like him to say such a thing. I am very fortunate. What I want is something I can't do on my own. But like Kuroba and Hodaka, I've been able to find friends who share the same ideals. Jigen, my father has said many things to me. The one I like the most is, continue sowing seeds until they sprout. It's like something has to take. Something has to stick. He changed the red on this island. I doubt I can match his achievements, but I will continue sowing seeds of change. We all had our reasons for falling for someone. For me, I like those with the same ideals, who would look into the future with me. Akaza! Can I sow seeds too? What are you talking about? You're already sowing seeds. Huh? You may not realize it, but your letter delivery service has been a fine seed. Suddenly, something inside me became clear. You said the same thing before at the Bistro, wanting to bring about change. Do you see now why I like you so much? I simply stood there gazing at him, unable to speak or move a muscle. I'm sorry I took up your time. Why don't I check your letters? Huh? Oh, here. Of all ways to end the conversation. Is what he said something that comes naturally to him? I couldn't tell with that iron mask of his. It's no use. Probably, and most definitely, I wondered if I could find a book that detailed how love developed. I didn't recall anything that I'd read so far that mentioned how exactly someone falls in love. Which meant I needed to find out the answer myself. Unbelievable. The Iron Mask has stolen my heart. Here, there seems to be no problems. Thank you very much. By the way, are you free tonight? I fumbled with the letters in my hand. I quickly gripped them tightly when I suddenly noticed his red eyes right next to mine. Oh, I'm getting closer. Ah! Your face is a bit close. He's trying to break that boundary. It's just your imagination. I slowly looked away. There's no way I could look at him from this close. And if I do have time tonight? I would ask you on a date, of course. But you only just came to my hideout yesterday. You don't want to spend consecutive evenings with me? Just to confirm, what are your plans tonight? I'm planning on testing our luck by taking a boat out on the ocean. Oh, we're gonna go back to Tenyo Island? Our luck? Just roll the dice. Will the whirlpool take us today? If we're lucky, we should be able to see something quite special. If not, then we can do some night fishing. He knows that I won't refuse such a tempting offer. I'm available. Then should we meet here at 7? Okay, we got another date. Wow, he has like the most dates. This is so frustrating. I have to accept the truth. I quickly made my way out of the office, then looked up at the sky. The person I want as my husband is you. Okay, I'm glad they're like laying on the romance a little thick. Because I feel like sometimes in some of the other routes, there's like a lot of drama, but like not enough dates to like warrant the falling in love. Now then, today's delivery is number 21. Oh, Lady Olympia! Good afternoon! I'm Mifune. You had your jam. Approaching me quickly was Mifune. Thank goodness! I'm glad to see you again. I must apologize to you for yesterday. Apologize? For what? Well, the jam... It was quite rude of me. Huh? I was so startled and happy, I just handed the jars to you without a second thought, but... Later on, I realized that they must have been too appealing for your tastes. What are you talking about? We had a whole date centered around it. That's not true. I already tried it and it was wonderful. I wouldn't mind having some again. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get more jam from you. The person I enjoyed it with also said it tasted great and... Then, how do you want me to say it? I can't believe I'm remembering that now. Anyway, the jam tasted very good. And I looked around first before whispering to her. The other jar should get to your daughter soon, if you could keep it a secret for now. You actually tried to deliver. Mifune hurriedly wiped away her tears. I'm glad you actually enjoyed the jam. I'd be happy to give you more. I'm actually writing a reply back to my daughter as well. So when it's ready... Of course, I'll be waiting for your jam. Mifune smiled with watery eyes, bowing repeatedly to me as she left. I'm so glad she's happy now. I hope the seeds I sow will grow quickly. No, I shouldn't be so impatient. I finished delivering all the letters for the day and started back with a lightness in my step when... Oh, sure. Olympia. We don't have a good relationship with Shura right now. No need to look at me like that. Do you really hate me so much? Not at all. I was just surprised. That's all. To be honest, I couldn't really hate her since I didn't know her very well. My only interactions with her had been at inquiries at a Shanaton. Delivering more letters today? Yes. I heard you took up such an interesting hobby. I am pleased to hear others are enjoying it as well. In fact, Mifune was positively in raptures. Thank you very much. I will continue to do my best. Speaking of which, I heard you have been getting along well with Akaza of the Red. Well, I mean, you should be fine about that, right? You had a problem with us and Riku, so we're not stealing Riku this time. My, how the flush of pink across your pearly skin suits you. I cannot wait to see you two unite in matrimony. Should I thank her? If I do, it would mean I fully acknowledge him as my future husband. Well, Akaza does often mention it himself. Thank you very much. I was so embarrassed that it felt like my face was on fire. I looked down to hide it when... Olympia, I hope you bear a healthy child as soon as possible. After all, that is your most important role. Her honeyed voice seemed cold. Or perhaps I was just biased against her. She doesn't know her situation with Shura. Like her role in giving birth was taken away from her. Then, if you'll excuse me. The heat from my face cooled in an instant. In its place was a growing sense of emptiness. I don't think Elder Sister meant that in a spiteful way. She seems to be treating me as nothing more than a tool. It's only natural to have children, but... who dis? Lady Olympia, who it is? Yes? The one who called my name was a young girl with bright hair. Her color ribbon is orange. Must be someone completely new, because the only person I recall from the orange is Canon. A gold hairpin with scarlet spherules adorned her hair. I could tell immediately her clothes were made from quality silk. Judging by her youthful face, she was probably a bit younger than I was. Okay, what voice do I give you? I'm probably gonna give you the same voice as Mifune. I am Hinageshi from the noble family of the Orange. Nice to meet you. Something about her presence made me feel a bit unsettled. Well, maybe because she's of the orange, and so far we have not had a good interaction with the orange. Her eyes kept shifting away, as if she couldn't bear the sight of me. I came to see you today in regards to Lord Akaza. Oh my, we have a love rival here. Is this what happened? Is this what happened in here? Where were you in the other routes? Allow me to speak frankly. Please give up your courtship with Lord Akaza. Who are you to say that? We both love each other. Huh? I've been ordered from youth to become Lord Akaza's wife. By who? Your dad? Jigen probably doesn't agree. Should you marry Lord Akaza instead, I will have failed my father's orders. I mean, I'm assuming it has to be a mutual thing, right? Like, Jigen isn't gonna agree, like, just because your father says so. My body tensed up at her strange reasoning. Please return Lord Akaza to me. I mean, I can't return him, like, it's his choice. Well, I'm a noble of the orange, so I need to bear a child with Lord Akaza of the red. Surely a most beautiful and brilliant child will be born between us. He's completely serious. I wish to be wed to Lord Akaza. You're kind of missing a few steps here, though. Like, just because your father says so doesn't mean Akaza says so, doesn't mean Jigen says so. Like, assuming it's like an agreement between families. Oh, great. We're gonna have, like, some infuriating rival here. I'm sure Lord Hiriko would wish the same. Now, let's not bring Hiriko into this. Although, Himiko probably doesn't want us to marry Akaza either. I was truly frightened. She wasn't being malicious or hateful. She's kind of like Nagusa, really. Just a little bit narcissistic, only believes her way or the highway here. Like, how do you deal with someone like this? She was simply bound blindly to her duty. Has Akaza said anything about that? No. We only exchange formalities when we meet in public. And you're fine with just that? Fine. I don't understand your question. Would you really marry someone you hardly ever speak with? You're not making any sense at all. This is the custom of the island. I completely forgot. How stupid of me. I was the only one on the island allowed to choose my husband freely. That's not very canon. I just want to slap canon right now. Lord Canon told me a bond between red and white would be inauspicious. Well, let's not take Canon's word for it. Canon? Why that conniving? Oh, she's only 15. I'll be 16 this year. I still have 2 more years to marry, but I've already had my monarchy. Okay, well, 16 is... I mean, some people have it a lot earlier. My father and Lord Canon will be speaking with Lord Akaza about our marriage. Huh? They can't. Her eyes narrowed quizzically. Now we're gonna get jealous. Kuroba and Yasogura is talking about getting Akaza jealous. No, now she's getting jelly. This is bad. What should I say? You haven't had sexual intercourse with Akaza, have you? Okay, what a thing for a 15-year-old to say. No, but we want to, like, take it through the sanctity of marriage, Akaza being a serious fellow. Lord Canon also told me that women of the white will only bear children of the white. That's not true either. I mean, there could be a slight chance, very minute chance, that we could have a boy. Now that we know. Now we know that Akaza, my mother was from Tenyo Island. That would mean I am the only male to have been born on Tenyo Island. I can't tell her that. Yeah, it's not an accepted fact. And plus we don't know, like, the probability, like, if it's just rare, or maybe if I mean, they could have just Mabiki'd the male babies for all I know, but... Lord Akaza possesses very beautiful red traits. He should blend with me to preserve that color, as orange came from the red. I mean, you could blend with someone else. Nothing in her expression showed a hint of embarrassment. That was what was so unnerving. She's like so confident that like it should be this way. Even though no one else agrees with her, just because her father said so. It is law. I would do anything to bring change to this island. I'll do anything within my means. If Akaza marries her, and he decides to have... No. I haven't made an official announcement yet, but I am considering Akaza as a future husband. I need you to forget about him. I cannot. My father and Lord Canon told me to marry Lord Akaza. I must obey their orders. Well, if I marry him first, then they'll just have to find someone else, okay? I felt dizzy. In front of me was a person with no will of her own. She is no different from a doll. Then I will send a messenger to them to resolve the issue. Is that alright? Please have Lord Doma be in on the negotiations. Please, yeah. I really don't want her to be like, well, I'll talk to Canon by myself. Like, because that's not going to turn out well. But there is no need to send your messenger. I shall simply inform my father and Lord Canon. I mean, we can bring all the daddies into this. We can bring Doma in, we can bring Jigen in, we can have all this conversation. I must be the one to bear Lord Akaza's child. Ah! I reached my arm out to her, but didn't have the strength to give chase. Well, she just believes what she believes. But she's gonna have to accept that just because her daddy says so. Canon, you're the absolute worst. You have no idea. My father and Lord Canon told me to marry Lord Akaza. I must obey their orders. Remembering her words sent a shiver down my spine. I probably should have given her a different voice when I think about it. It's a 15-year-old girl. This silly voice. Despite having stepped outside the manor more often, I hadn't spoken with many girls from the surface around my age. Sasuro's personality was quite different. Maybe Sasuro was considered an outcast. I mean, she is a Yomi for punching her husband. You should blend with me to preserve that color, as orange came from the red. Both embarrassment and fear came over me. Do I only find it strange because I'm from Tenyo Island? No, that can't be it. It can't be wrong to love someone freely. I doubt I can match his achievements, but I will continue sowing the seeds of change. I should sow my own seeds to fix that. I needed to learn more about this island and sow the seeds of change for good. It's wrong that I'm the only one who's free. Everyone else should be free too. I better get ready. Which means I need to... Get ready for the... Oh. Wait. Are we going alone? The whirlpools really disappeared. Okay, kind of odd that we're going by ourselves. I told you it was just the tides, but it seems they allow passage to women of the white. Okay, this is kind of an odd, like, decision for her to just go alone right now. What is she doing? All this time, Tsukiyomi told me there was no way of getting past the whirlpools. But I'm 18 years old now. I will go where I want. And I will love who I want. Oh, are we going to get flowers? Lady Amaterasu? I'm a little bit worried about bringing Lady Amaterasu into this at this stage, but... We women of the White have worshipped and served you all our lives. That will not change, even as I take my very last breath. I have found love in Akaza of the Red. He may be from the Red's cursed bloodline, but he is someone who was born on this island. He will not bring harm to you, our goddess. Please bless him as you bless us. Please protect us both. Oh? Oh? Ah? Oh, and then it just shuts off. Someone flicked the light switch. Was that what I think I saw? I'm sure Lady Amaterasu answered my prayer. I'm sure Akaza will be fine. Is that it? Okay. What a strange way to go all the way over there to pray. I mean, hopefully. As long as we don't hold curses on our heart, usually things turn out for the better. Good evening. You're right on time. Good evening to you. It was 7 o'clock. Akaza and a carriage are waiting for me outside of the Kotowari. Well, after you. As I was about to step inside, the driver called out. Lord Akaza, maybe we shouldn't do this. Where we go? Are we going to Corpse Beach? The drivers usually have a problem with Corpse Beach. Huh? They say it's very unlucky. It's not a place where you two should be going. What is he saying? As I said, it's fine. I've authorized it as the director of the Kotowari, so you have nothing to fear. Well, yes, but... You'll not be held responsible. Don't worry. As you wish. Where is he planning on taking me? Going on a carriage ride to... I apologize for the misunderstanding. We're not headed anywhere dangerous. Aren't we going out onto the ocean? We'll be heading to the northernmost beach of the island. You haven't been there before, have you? I don't think so. The reason why the driver is concerned is because it's called Corpse Beach. Huh? Those who die on this island are turned into show, but things are different for those who take their own lives. Those who die that way are returned to the ocean, hence the name Corpse Beach. Is that a tradition here? Indeed. Which is why people avoid the place. But to me, it's a fine open space to explore near the Red District. Hardly anyone's around, so you can fish and dig for clams as much as you like. Heh. It seems so natural to Akaza. I could imagine him playing there as a young boy. You don't mind the story behind it, do you? Not at all. We might see Himika though, and he might start yelling like, "Get off my beach!" As I mentioned earlier, if we're lucky, we may see something rather special. I think of myself as lucky, and I assume you must be too. The odds are on our side. Oh wait, is this gonna be like the moonlight shells? We didn't get to see that with Yosuga. I can't wait. Out on the ocean at night? I wonder what it would be. Fish? Maybe even whales. As I wondered what he hoped to show me, the carriage stopped. It looks like we're here. Let's go. There it is, Corpse Beach. All the lovely flowers and Himika's shack. The lights are on. Maybe he's home. In front of me was a breathtaking view of the ocean. The ocean, it's sparkling. Amazing. It appears we're both lucky after all. This is a very rare sight to see. But how? I've never seen the ocean like this before. It's the lights from the moonlight shells. Oh, we get to see it with the Akaza. It's kind of sad that we didn't get to see it with the Yosoga though, because like they played it up as like really special, and they're putting all the special stuff in Akaza's route. Moonlight shells. So the seashells are lighting up? Indeed. To be specific, that are reflecting trace amounts of light around them. I stared at the blue lights waving across the ocean. This does not happen every night. It is still a mystery, but we believe it has something to do with the tides and the phases of the moon. This is the first I've heard of such a seashell. I never knew the ocean could be so beautiful at night. Mesmerized, I wandered forward, stopping right before the shoreline. Will the light disappear if we get too close? I'm sure it will be fine. Let's head out on the boat. Yeah, gotta see it before the time passes. Thank goodness, the lights are still here. The boat quietly made its way through the night. The sparkling below us moved with the gentle waves, and the blue lights seemed as though they were flowers in full bloom. This is incredible! I'm never gonna forget this, ever! You make it sound as though this is the last time. I'm sure you can see it as often as you like. I mean, Yosoga made it seem like you had to be extremely lucky to see it, but Akaza's a little bit more analytical. He's like, yeah, but you just gotta, like, look at the moon and the tides, and we could probably see it again. But it's rare, isn't it? Do you not trust the luck that brought to us tonight? Heh, I guess you have a point. Akaza, the moon looks so close from here. Oh, the moon looks so beautiful. I reached out to the night sky. You've never gone night fishing before, have you? Well, I've been out on a boat at night, but it must have been before I was 5 years old. I see. Ever since I came to Tengu Island, I've only ever walked along the beach. I've never taken a boat out on the ocean by myself. It's nice to see the moon from here, isn't it? Yes, it's breathtaking. The moonlight shells are very pretty too. As I slowly dipped my hand into the water. Do you know the story about the lunar fairy of Tenyo Island? No. Men are not allowed to live on Tenyo Island, but children must be born. So husbands were chosen from the men of Tengu Island. Huh? It is said that a white mouse would deliver a white flower to the chosen. I assume this flower is the Iroha flower. I should touch the flower on my cap. I heard from Jigen that Lord Tsukiyomi was the helmsman. In other words, he likely evaluated the men to assure that they were worthy. Huh? Tsukiyomi? I mean, yeah, Tsukiyomi's a little bit discriminatory then. Like, he accepted Jigen. He obviously accepted other men of the Red. I tried to recall memories from my childhood. Come to think of it, I recall vaguely that Tsukiyomi was the one who taught me how to row a boat. Then the Red Calamity occurred. It's unfortunate that the significance of the fairy's role ended in such a manner, but it was fortunate for me. Fortunate? How so? I responded carefully, unable to tell what he was thinking. Lord Tsukiyomi hates me. I would have never received the flower. Yeah, but why only you? Like, Jigen, like, got across, right? I guess he's an outsider, but he has a red show crystal implanted in him. Maybe, like, he justified it that way. It's like, well, you're not descended from Susanoo. You only have a soul crystal. I would have therefore never been able to meet you on Tenyo Island. Which is why I decided to set out on a boat myself with you. All I could do was stare at him. I couldn't believe how confident and strong-willed he was. Nothing scares you, does it? There is one thing that scares me. What's that? The idea of you disappearing from my life. Oh my, saying all the right things. I nearly jumped back in surprise, but steadied myself to keep the boat from rocking. Well, don't be afraid. Oh. Aw. We haven't seen a CG for a while. Is he giving her a necklace? What did he give her? I can't see it, his hands are in the way. What's this? It was a necklace emitting a mysterious brilliance. The glowing seashells that adorned it were scintillating in blue, white, and purple. It's made of polished moonlight shells, like the one I have. He pulled out another that looked like the one he gave me. I feel like Yosoga probably should have gave us one like that. Because that was significant in his route. Aw, okay, they kind of look like Magatama beads. Long ago, a shapeless god separated its spirit crystal into two to create man and woman. Since then, humans have been born without half of their soul, and are fated to search for the one who would complete them. Which is why, when two such halves meet, love prevents them from parting ways. My wish is that you are my soulmate. No, I am already convinced that you are. All I need now is for you to accept me. If you do not agree, please toss the necklace into the sea at once. Alright, we're not gonna be that cruel. Akaza, what are you saying? If my desire overtake me and I am unable to contain them, there is no escape from this boat. No, I thought you weren't gonna do anything without my consent here. I'm going to swim back to shore right now. I'm an excellent swimmer and... So, will you? His gaze turned towards the sea. I wouldn't mind, given how beautiful the sea is right now. Why are you so reluctant to admit your feelings for me? Unable to say anything, I simply stared at the necklace. It was so beautiful. This was the first time someone had ever given me a romantic gift. And for it to be this, of all things. What are you planning to do with me? Believe it or not, I will avoid anything too rash, as I wish to avoid having the boat capsize. Okay, that's good to know. Like we're not gonna get too wild here. But if you'll allow me, I would like to kiss you. If you don't, then I won't do it. I promised you that I would get your consent first. Which means... I need to tell him that he can kiss me? Yeah, you gotta say it. You won't do it unless you say it. Wait a minute. I should actually tell him that I won't allow him to kiss me. I'm being stubborn. May I? Or should I try again at a later date? You're teasing me again, aren't you? I mean, the atmosphere is right. He's got the atmosphere down. It's how I am. He drew closer to me. Byakuya of the White. Am I worthy of being your husband? This iron mask. I gave a heavy sigh. I was really angry at you back then. About my taking responsibility, you mean? That's right. That really hurt. I vowed never to take a person like you as my husband. I didn't have time. Suddenly, a seriousness was cast across his red eyes. The white bloodline is in peril, and if something happened to you, it would go extinct. I know that, but... She didn't want to hear it like that. Maybe I should just jump into the ocean after all. I was scared of kissing him. If I did kiss him, I would have no way out. I would fall completely in love with him. But quite frankly, I haven't decided on you becoming my husband yet. I would throw you away in a heartbeat if someone better came along. Quite frankly, there is no other man who will love you more than I will. I mean, there's a lot of guys willing to take your place here, but... So confident. Is there anything else you wish to say? Well... I gazed down at the necklace again. Listen carefully and promise me. Promise you that you'll find your true love and live as happily as your mother has. I just know the other half of your soul is out there somewhere in this world. Be happy? Am I allowed to be happy? How do I know you're not toying with me? Are you really so certain that you'll love me more than anyone else? I swear. On this night with this necklace. Oh, it's like a promise. It's like a promise ring. But instead it's a promise necklace. The Iron Mask. He already had me from so long ago. I didn't have the will to fight against him. Well, if you really want to. There you go. Wore her down. Wore her down with food and romance. I suppose I can allow you to, kiss me. Very well. So we've agreed. Make it sound like a contract here. Oh, okay. Smooches. No. I can see the necklace on her. I never knew this was how another person's lips could feel. We were both cold from the night air, but the sensation was indescribable. I love you. His breath tickled my lips. I will apologize until the end of time for hurting you before. So please, love me. Akaza. He kissed me again. I accepted his lips, gently touching mine. Will you love me? He didn't need to ask. You gotta say it though, girl. Like, say it. I do love you. He was too mean. Then, let's care for these necklaces as we would one another. Our beloved half. Our lips came together a third time. Before I knew it, I was holding on to him tightly. I love you, Byakuya. Is your hair changing color? Not yet. His whisper gently sunk into me. A rush of happiness I had never felt before filled my heart, making it impossible to think of anything else. I love you too. Yes, he was the one I had been searching for. My soulmate. Oh, going to a Shanaton. Or someone else at a Shanaton. No. No, Tsukiyomi, what are you doing?
Hiroko, this is your fault as well. It is because you did not do your part.
What are you doing in there? That's where the mirror was, right? Yeah, half a mirror. Okay, things were going too well, I guess. God, I want to keep going. What's he gonna do? He's meddling again. Well, so far sunny days, but yeah, we had too many good things were happening, so something bad has to happen in the next chapter. How many more? No, we still got quite a few bit of story. We got a lot of chapters left to go. All right, well, guess we'll take a break here. Hope you enjoyed the warm, fuzzy feelings. I hope you guys had a fun and relaxing time. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.